Hi everyone, welcome back to the Wyoming Knits YouTube channel. My name is Jenny Lee, and this is my channel where I like to talk about all the knitting I've been up to over the past week. Today is Sunday, February 23rd, 2025, and this is episode 79. You can find me on Instagram as Jenny Lee Knits, and you can find me on Ravelry as Jenny Lee S Knits. Over on Ravelry right now, I am hosting a make-along. I'm calling it the Wyoming Knits Scrappy Cal. You can use the hashtag on Instagram, but I will only be pulling winners from the 3 FO threads every 3 months, every quarter for the for the whole year of 2025. So make sure and get your finished objects over in that FO thread for your scrappy projects before the end of March, so I can pull a winner and maybe it will be you. So I have, let's see, 6 works in progress and 1 finished object today. I am not wearing any knitting other than my socks. I wear hand knit socks every single day. I wear them in the summer. My feet don't tend to get too hot wearing hand knit socks, but my daughter, she says, "Mom, they're way too hot." So I guess it's just a personal preference or body temperature preference. I am always cold, so I do like to wear my hand knit socks in the summertime. When I'm wearing like flip-flops or going to be outside, I do take them off, but most of the time I am wearing my hand knit socks all year round. I wear the wool socks. Don't think I have any like cotton or anything else that I like to wear. I have made a few pair, but I like the way that the wool ones feel. So let's start talking about finished objects. The first one I have, well, I only have one, but the finished object I have is the Cuddly Soft baby blanket that I was making. This is where I started, and I was right here last time, and I did about that much and bound off. I did play a little bit of yarn chicken at the end. I had to tink back my bind off and 1 row and bind off again, but this is finished. I have a couple ends to finish weaving in and cut and wash this, and then it will be ready to go. My cousin is going to have her baby at the end of the school year this year, and I am so excited to have this done for her. This is using Bernat Baby Sport, so she can put it in the washer and the dryer and not have to worry about it. The color was baby pink. I got a 300-gram ball, and I used all of it. So this is 300 grams out of my stash for February. I absolutely love how it turned out. So that was my first finished object. Well, my only finished object. I said that already. That's the only thing I finished this week. I really wanted to get it done so I could cast on the next baby blanket for my other cousin. It's actually my husband's cousin, and she is having her baby in June. So I wanted to get that one finished, the pink one finished, so I could cast on. One's having a girl and one is having a boy. But let's talk about my works in progress. So You've seen this bag quite a bit. It is not going to go away for a while. This is my West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply. And this is the color Hollyberry. And I'm pretty sure I am almost ready for the toe on this one. Last time I counted and I only had a few more stripes left before the toe. I was right here last time in this green. I've done a few more. I gotta find, I think I put away all my magic loop sock needles because I can't find a bag with them in there, so I think I probably put them away. So now I gotta find those before I can finish the toe. That's the first one. I'm just using the pattern Vanilla Socks on 9-inch Circulars by the Crazy Sock Lady. I do a German twisted cast on for the cuff. I do a 2x2 rib for 20 rounds. I cast on 64 stitches for these ones. And then I did straight vanilla, heel flap and gusset. And then I will do the toe that is in the pattern where you decrease every other round until you get to 30. You get to 16 stitches on the front, 16 stitches on the back. So 32 stitches, and then you decrease every round until you get to 8 stitches on each needle, and then you Kitchener the toe. So that one just gets worked on every once in a while. It will be a Christmas sock for next year, so I am not in a hurry to get it done. I might be in a hurry to get it done when it gets closer to Mother's Day and I make my socks for my mom and my mother-in-law. So hopefully I'll have it finished before then. And that's the only sock I have on my needles right now. Let's talk about some sweaters. So the first one is in this Sassy Sacks. I have two Sassy Sacks. This one is my Birch Pullover that I'm using a chick that knits. And this is the color Fern Gully. And I did work on this. I think I only worked on it yesterday. We had Friday off, and so I worked on, what did I work on Friday? I worked on something all day on Friday. I can't remember which one. So this is the front. So it's got the 2x2 rib at the top, and then you go into a fisherman's rib. This is knit on size 2, US size 2. I want to say it's 2.75 millimeters. Yes, size 2, 2.75 millimeters. And I still have a ways to go on the body. I've only got about that far. I think I have to go somewhere between 11 and 13 inches. I can't remember what the pattern says. Before you start the bottom ribbing. I was right here last time. I've just done a little bit more. This one is going to be slow going, but I love it. I think I'm making the second size. Let's see. Pull up my pattern and I'll tell you. I am making the second size, and that is to fit it should be a 38-inch bust when finished, and 0 to 6 inches of positive ease. So I have a 34-inch circumference, so that'll give me 4 inches at least. I love this color. I want more sweaters in this color, more green. It is starting to warm up a little bit. Right now it is 44 degrees outside. The sun is shining, the snow is melting. It is going to be spring soon, but I'm sure we'll have a few more really cold days. Let's talk about this next one. This is in my other Sassy Sacks, and this is the Monday sweater. Monday, I think it's Monday sweater or Monday pullover. I'm using Cascade Heritage set upside down. And this is, I think this is the hunter green color. When I put it in on Ravelry, I put the color number. It says color number 5657. When I put that in on Ravelry, it said it was hunter green. And then this is, it picks Aloft in the color Labyrinth. It is like a dark hunter green. Let's see. No, if I get it closer, that's pretty accurate. So I'm holding them both together, and this is what it looks like so far. I was right here last time. I'm almost done with the raglan increases. I think you do both the body and the sleeves for so many increases, and then you just do one of them. I can't remember which one. So I'm still working on that. This is easy. I can pick it up when I don't need to look at the pattern. I know how many stitches I need to increase to, and so I just go around and around until I hit that number. So that'll be another one. That is a fingering weight held with a mohair to reach a DK gauge. I'm using size 6, US size 6 millimeter needle, not 6 millimeter, US size 6 4 millimeter needles. And then I worked on this one. This is in a Fates Threads bag, which they are no longer making bags. Their website has been shut down. I'm using Knit Picks Brava Recycle in the color Lily Flower. This is 100% recycled acrylic, and I am doing the Storm sweater. Last time I had cast on the back panel and knit partway through the arm increases, and then you put that on hold and you come back and you pick up stitches for the front. So I picked up the left side first, and I knit this section. In this section in the chart, it says it has this side and this side both on the chart, and I have it on my iPad, so I zoomed in so I could see just this side of the chart. And then when I got to this side, it said that you needed to repeat this a certain amount, and I did not do any of the repeats on this side. So when I was finished with this side, I went and frogged back to the beginning section, re-knit this whole thing all the way to here, then had to connect both the front left and front right, and then I did all of this all the way down to, I think, here, and then you connected the body and the round. So now I'm in the round, and I'm just ready to knit, 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 follow the chart. I have marked on the chart anywhere that there are repeats of that section of the pattern. So I did the rest of the back, the two fronts connected in the round, and got that much further. So now I'm working on, I think, the next section of these little stripes, and then I will do I think it goes this section of stripes, some ribbing, stripes, these diamonds, some ribbing, and then and it has pearl bones that go like that. So I'm excited to be working on this. It has been so easy so far, except for you gotta remember to look at the pattern and make sure that section doesn't have or has extra repeats, because it's the same thing. You just do it a couple of times. But I would think an adventurous beginner could potentially, if you have done a drop shoulder before, where you cast on the back and then come back and pick up stitches for the front, do the front, and then join in the round, I think you could probably do this pretty easy. It keeps your mind occupied. You do have to look at the chart. I use GoodNotes and my highlighter on GoodNotes and highlight each of the rows as I work them. And so I just have that. I can pull up YouTube and my GoodNotes side by side on my iPad, and I watch YouTube and look at my chart and just cross off what I need to. I think this one is going to go pretty fast. I'm making the second or the third size. Let's see. Let's find storm sweater. I'm making the third size. So I don't know, I don't want to show, but you can see where I have highlighted. Don't want to show the pattern, but I highlight on there and work through. I love using GoodNotes because I can use my pen and write on it and tell myself I stopped here, go back, go to page, and then I can just leave myself little notes, and I can go back if I ever want to make that pattern again. So I have that in here. And that is the storm sweater. I have connected my second skein. I have 5 skeins in here, or 5 that I had that I think should get me through this whole sweater. And then we'll talk about the next sweater I worked on. I didn't work on this one very much. I am almost to the ribbing. I was looking at my pattern and it said knit until the underarm, from the underarm cast on reaches, and then it gave the measurements, and I was looking at it and I had highlighted what I thought were the inch measurements. They were actually the centimeter measurements, and I thought it said knit to 12 centimeters, or 12 inches. And so I was going, trying to get to 12 inches, and then I was almost there, and I went back and I looked at the pattern to make sure that's what it said, and realized I had highlighted in centimeters instead of inches, so I was only supposed to go 12 centimeters, or until my desired length. I think 12 inches was probably closer to my desired length that I wanted from the underarm. This is the, I forgot to say, this is the Ranunculus by Midori Hirose, and it is green. It is one of my favorite colors. Let's see, Dragon Hoard yarn in the color Terrasen. This is a sport weight. And so then I put it on try-it-on cords to see if I liked that length. I was like, I could just start the ribbing now if it fits. Like, if it's long enough here, I could start the ribbing now. So I put it on try-it-on cords, and I tried it on, and the neck is so tight. I have to take my glasses off and like pull it on over my head. So I'm not sure I'm going to like that. I don't know. So I stopped working on it. I put it back on the needles and did 1 row of 1x1 rib. And I think I want to tear it out. I don't think I want it. I don't know. It's going to go in timeout for a while. And I might decide I want to do something else with this yarn. This is the second ranunculus I've started. And I pulled out the first one because I didn't like the way that the yarn was working up. It was like a variegated, I have it right here. It's a Caron Simply Soft. It's multicolored. It's got pinks and reds and burgundies. And I didn't like the way it was working up in the body of the sweater. I liked the way it worked up across the yoke, but I didn't like the way it was playing in the body. So I frogged it and thought I would try again with that other yarn. I don't know, maybe the ranunculus is not for me right now. I don't know. So let's talk about the other thing that I really loved to work on this week. This is the next baby blanket that I'm making. This is in a bag by Awesome Granny. I'm using Bernat Baby Sport again, and I'm not sure which color this is. I think it's Funny Prints. So that's what it says. I think the other two, one is in Spanish. And I'm not sure what the other characters droll. And I don't think that's English. So I think this is Funny Prints. And it is, this one says it is 280 grams. The other one, the pink one, said 300 grams. I thought they were the same, about the same size. So I have this, and I'm doing the Lewis Baby Blanket by Snufflebean Yarn. And I have already got this far. It's got a fun texture. You do the garter around the edge, and then there's some ribbing texture, then some stockinette, then some ribbing, stockinette. It is a 20 row repeat, and I read through it. I'm like, oh yeah, I think I could probably memorize that. But I cannot at this point. It's 20 rows, and some of the things that I thought I could figure out and read through my knitting, that row is like on the back side, or so I just follow the pattern every time. I use my good notes and I highlight all 20 rows until I get to the 20th row, and then I delete all of them and then highlight again and then delete. It says I need 12 of this section right here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, almost 4. So if I can keep going, I will have this finished in a couple of weeks. The baby shower is in 2 weeks, so hopefully I can have this finished before that. It is easy to do. I'm not losing my place. I'm not doing the wrong stitch on the wrong side, but I am loving the way that these colors are working up. I think it's going to be so fun. I like this pattern. It's a fun little pattern for a little boy. So I'm going to keep working on that, and hopefully I can have it finished pretty soon. And then that's the only things that I've worked on this week. Oh, I gotta put my stitch marker on here so I can show you where I was next time. Let's put that right here. So, my little marker. That's the only things that I worked on this week. I am thinking about all the other things that I have on my needles. My sea glass cardigan that I want to keep working on. And then I tell myself I gotta finish the baby blankets first. And then I have a couple minutes where I can work on my other sweaters, the storm sweater and the Monday sweater and the Birch pullover. And so then I work on that. I didn't purchase any yarn online this week. Nothing came in the mail, but I did go to Walmart yesterday and I found 4 balls of this Premier Bloom chunky, and one of the ladies I work with has decided to turn in her resignation at the end of this school year and move closer to her grown children who are living in Utah. So she is moving, and I thought I would make her a blanket as a going away present. So I bought, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. These are 200 grams each. There's 218 yards in each one. It's 100% acrylic, and I'm thinking I might do just a basic chevron blanket with this. It reminds me of springtime and flowers, and I think she would enjoy this. So hopefully I got enough. If not, I'm sure I can go back in a couple of weeks and still get the same yarn. So that will be my next blanket on the needles. This one has to be done before the end of the school year though. So that will be coming up next. I do love making things for others, and I love to think about other people and what I could make for them. And then after I've made so many projects, or I feel like I've had other people's things on my needles for a long time, I tend to get a little selfish with my knitting, and I don't want to make anything for anyone else for a really long time, and that really long time ends up being a week. So hopefully I can get back to some of the things that I want to make for myself eventually. If not, it will be this summer when I can slow down and just knit whatever I want. I think that is all for today. Be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in a week. Happy knitting!